everybody, it's me again, Moody Boo, and I'm back with another top 10 list. I know. I had too many to put in and 8 great perfumes, so I decided to do another top 10. And this one is on vanillas. Honorable mention is by Guerlain, and this is Spiritueuse Double Vanille. And I know a lot of people would think, why isn't this on the top 10? Because this is on everybody's top 10. I wanted to give you guys some other options of some great vanillas besides just the most talked about vanillas. So this is a gorgeous vanilla. It's benzoin and incense. There's some woods and vanillas and pink pepper, but really for me, it's all just this sweet, not too sweet, benzoin, incensey kind of vanilla. Not too incensey either. It's just enough to give it some real dimension, in my opinion. Performance is great, very spendy stuff though. So the next one I'm going to talk about is Benevolence by House of Sillage. Now this to me is just a sweet orange blossom vanilla. Oh my gosh. There are some other florals in there, and there is a little musk and a little citrus, and there's some almonds in there, and I do get some of that. But honestly, it is all for me about a sweet gourmand orange flower, and not a soapy orange flower either, because orange flowers, in my opinion, sometimes they can get kind of soapy, and I don't like that. It's sweet, it's floral, it's a slightly gourmand, but not too much, and it's gorgeous. Now this I would not wear in hot weather. This stuff is very intense. So I wear this cool nights and cool seasons. That's all. But look at this bottle. What? The only thing is, if the top was flat, I could stack it. Can't stack it, but it's too pretty to stack anyway. It's all shiny, sparkly. Ooh. Anyway, the next one. Whoa. This is so pretty. This is by Labo, and this is Vanille 44 Paris. Now, I have gone through 3 decants of this, and this is my last one. I think it's just 1 month out of the year you can get the Labo exclusives, which I think is ridiculously stupid. So anyway, this is good stuff. This is a very warm vanilla. Now, this is one I wear year-round. No worries whatsoever. It's got gaiac and incense, and it says there's some solar notes in there and some citruses. I don't get a lot of that. The only thing I get maybe with the citruses and the solar notes is there's a real lightness to this vanilla. It's a very warm vanilla. It's a very unisex vanilla. It's not too sweet by any means. It's almost more of a sweet woody perfume than it is a woody vanillic perfume. Oh, it's so lovely. And performance on this one is really good, which I'm really happy about. Because Labo, as we all know, some of those don't, oh, I was rhyming there. Labo, we all know some of those. Anyway, their performance can be pretty shitty. So this one, since it's one of my favorites, I'm super happy to report performance is very good on this. So, is that all I want to say? That's all I want to say. So next up, the next one. Micallef, man, she knows what she's doing. This one is Note Vanille. This is a boozy, ambery, sweet, rich kind of a vanilla. It's so lovely. It almost smells like there's some florals in there, but just enough to add a little bit of tropical to it. It's almost a tropical, boozy vanilla kind of a perfume. And this one I do not wear year-round, which is weird because my boozy perfumes I tend to wear year-round. But this one I don't, and I don't know why, but I only reach for it usually in the cooler months and sometimes on warm seasons at night. But it's so pretty. It's so pretty. It's not too sweet. This is still very unisex, but it's like a vanilla liqueur is kind of what it reminds me of. Oh, all swooning happening here. It's beautiful. If you have a shot, get your nose on it. But I'm a huge vanilla person. Vanilla and amber, those are two of my favorite notes of all time. So performance is good. All right. I think I might have said that already, but got a little sometimers disease happening here. Next. Now the next one, my favorite reviewer from back in the day, Tom Barber. This is another one that he turned me on to. And this is Vaniglia del Madagascar by Farmacia SS Annunziata. And when I saw him describe this perfume on his review on his YouTube channel, he wasn't actually turning me personally onto it. He was just doing a review on it, and he was so good, I just had to get it. And his nose was so close to mine that he'd already introduced me to some of my desert island perfumes. And so I knew when he talked about this vanilla, I had to get it. And this is just a little bit of floral, amber, vanilla, and at the very top, you get a hint of citrus, but that goes away. And it almost smells, to me, the closest of all of these vanillas to your baking vanilla. I remember as a kid, like tweens, early teens, when I didn't have my Ginate lemon splash, and then I started wearing Taboo. If I couldn't get any more of those when I ran out, I would go down... I would go down to my mom's, or to my parents' kitchen, get in the cupboard, grab some baking vanilla, because you know how good that smells. Put a little dab here, a little dab there. Found out the hard way, never put it on your clothes. It does stain. So there was that. But I just would rub in a little bit here and there, and I could smell that vanilla for a good hour or two after I put it on. I just loved it. And, but I knew that it tastes like shit, because tell me who didn't smell that stuff as a kid and not taste it. And it tastes horrible. But damn, it smells good. I think this one smells the closest to the baking vanilla. It's lovely. Performance is really good on this. Prices are pretty good on this as well. The next one is by Profumo, and this is Caldo Gourmand. This one's very nice. Now this one at the top reminds me a little bit of, or quite a bit of, Nobile 1942's La Danza della Libellula. There's some definite similarities in the top between those two, but the dry down is when they part ways. So this is just caramel, and there's woods and coconut and vanilla, of course, and musk. And I don't really get the musk, but I'll tell you what I get. When it dries down, the woods and the coconut come in, and the coconut just kind of displays as a coconut wood. But it is a sweet coconut, but a dry coconut. So at the very top, it's very sweet and moist. And then when it dries down, it gets less moist, a little drier, a little more woody. And honestly, this one almost becomes a gourmandish kind of woody instead of woody vanilla. You really get, this one definitely does some leaps and bounds. And on the dry down, it definitely changes and becomes much woodier, much more coconut. But it's still a sweet coconut, and it's gorgeous. I love it. Performance is crazy. This stuff is pretty spendy, though. Oh, I got spotlight. So the next one is by Arquiste, and this is Architects Club. This is such a nice vanilla. It's vanilla and gaiac, and there's some juniper berry and some citruses and other woods and amber. And honestly, it's just a not real sweet kind of vanilla. There's still some sweetness there. Very unisex kind of vanilla. And when it dries down, there isn't a big up and down with this one. So when it dries down, it stays pretty true to the gaiac, the juniper, and the vanilla. Those really are the main dominant notes. Oh, it's really nice stuff. And, you know, I have put like 5 sprays of this on before. Don't ask why. It's a long story. And it never overpowers. I'm not sure how that happens, but it doesn't. It just stays about the same with 5 sprays as it did with 1 or 2. So no point doing that. I do 1 spray now. It's like, I'm not going to waste it. Why do that? Next. Of course, I have to add a Hilde Soliani. And this is Sweet Home. Oh, this is my second bottle of it as well. This is one of my favorites. This is vanilla and chestnuts. It's supposed to be I don't know if I'm saying this right, a marron glace. It's a confection, I guess, over in Italy and France. And I don't know about but this smells amazing. Honestly, this reminds me a little bit of Kerosene Unknown Pleasures. It almost has that, what are those, you know, the ice cream cones, the sugary ones, the brown ones, are those graham cracker cones? Is that what they're called? You know, with the grid on them, and they're all cone, and yeah, eat them. It reminds me of Kerosene's Unknown Pleasures because of that graham cracker note. It seems like this has that same kind of sugary graham cracker note. Oh, she's amazing. You know, but I was thinking about it last night. I think she's an alien. I don't think she's from this planet. I don't think she's from this universe. Call Men in Black. Fast. Anyway, she's a genius. But she might be an alien. All right. And this performs really well. And her prices are incredibly affordable. Moving on. The next one is by Opulent Shake. And this is Classic 33. Now for me, this is a bright, fresh, slightly floral. There's definitely iris in this vanilla perfume. I was wearing it the other day, and it's the first time that I've detected the iris. It's always just been tonka and some heliotrope and vanilla. That's really what I got. Really lightly though, because some of the citrus is in there, like I said, really brighten it up. But the other day was the first time I really got citrus. And you know, once I detect a note in a perfume, I usually can detect it from that point on. It's getting that first initial whiff of it before, and recognition of it before I will start, you know, every time I wear it, then I'll notice it. And now I notice it. And it's a beautiful, it's like a sweet iris heliotrope vanilla with some tonka in there for sure. But it says there's peony and rose and sandalwood and da-da-da-da-da-da-da. It's not what I get. It's a beautiful heliotrope iris tonka vanilla perfume, but super light. So this one is a hide and seeker though. So be very careful if you did get a bottle of this. I have so many times been in a hurry, sprayed it, you know, right after I get up or after I shower or whatever, before I put my clothes on. Then I get dressed and I'm getting ready to head out the door to do whatever. And I'll be like, where'd my perfume go? I smell nothing. I smell nothing. So then I'll go, psh, 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 and then I'll fly out the door. And then wherever I'm at, whether that be work or restaurant, da-da-da, I don't wear this to the gym, but I'll be like, oh, somebody's wearing a bit too much perfume. Oh shit, it's me. This one is a hide and seeker. I spray it, it hides. I spray some more, leave, go somewhere that I shouldn't have a bunch of perfume on, and that's when it shows up. And it shows up with a flurry. So be very careful. But look at this bottle. Are you kidding? It's gorgeous. Anyway, love it. Next up. So the next one up is by Les Maisons de la Vanille, and this is Absolute de Vanille. Now this used to almost be a thing like years back. Some people were comparing it to a poor man's Amber Narcolet and things like that. I think it's more in the line of Evidee's Amber Intense than it is Amber Narcolet, but that's just me. This is a very benzoin, resinous, labdanum kind of a vanilla. In the dry down, you do get some patchouli. It says there's tonka in there too. I don't really get that, but I definitely get the patchouli in the dry down. But it's mostly all about the benzoin, the resins, the labdanum, and the vanilla. It is a bright, warm, spicy kind of a vanilla. Very unisex. This one is definitely more for colder months, though, I will say. Performance is crazy on it. And this was really reasonable way back. I've had it for like, I don't know, 8 years. And it was really reasonable back then, but I don't know what it costs now. Or if they're even still in business, I don't know. But it's gorgeous. I think you can still get it like at Fragrance Net or one of those for a really good price. So, oh, I did again. I almost shoved it up my nostril. It's one way to snort a perfume. All right. Next, now the very last one I had to walk away from. I went back to it. I walked away again, and I came back, and now I love it again. I never loved it the first time. Now I love it the first time. Yeah. And that's Creed's Sublime Vanille. Now, this is all I've got is this decant. It's a 1 ounce decant, and I have gone through about half of it. But I will get a full bottle of this once this runs out because I have really fallen in love with it. But that's another reason why I never get rid of my perfumes anymore. Because I find if I walk away from them and come back, sometimes years I'll come back. Like this one. This was in a drawer for, I don't know, 3-4 years. And I didn't touch it. No, 2 or 3 years. And I didn't touch it. And when I was doing my whole getting ready for the shelves to be built in my bedroom, was cleaning out a bunch of drawers, and there I found it. Started wearing it again about 3 months ago, and I'm pretty crazy about it. And this is a very fresh vanilla. It says there's some tonka in there. If there is, it might be in the dry down, but I don't really detect it. For me, this is just a bright, sweet, citrusy kind of vanilla. This one I wear year round. Hot weather, it doesn't matter. It's great. In fact, I don't wear this in colder months, because it doesn't perform as well as it does when it's warmer out. It really is a lovely perfume. Now, it does have that Creed DNA. Creed, in my opinion, most Creeds that I've tried, a lot of them anyway. Well, that is most, isn't it? A lot does infer most. So I was being redundant yet again. So anyway, the Creed DNA and the deep, deep dry down, the older Creeds seemed like it was more of an ambergris kind of a dry down. I noticed a lot of ambergris in the old Creeds. I don't know if they still use that or not. But now it seems like they use a warm musk more in the dry downs of some of the newer versions of the perfume. I don't know. Maybe that's just me, but I don't smell that almost sea, salty, almost carnal kind of an ambergris that used to be in their perfumes. I don't know. Maybe they reformulated them, but I'm glad. I wasn't a big fan of real ambergris anyway. So real or, imagined, not imagined, imitation. Too much perfume in here. I'm on a vanilla high. So anyway, okay, that is about it. I don't know what else to say, except for thank you for watching. And I hope you like and subscribe. And I will talk to you soon with another list. All right, everybody. Peace.